In April 2026, the vault doors of Wall Street began to slam shut. Investors in Blue Owl's Technology Income Fund, OTIC, submitted requests to pull out 40.7% of their money in a single quarter. Blue Owl responded with a contractual kill switch, capping redemptions at just 5%. For retail investors, their life savings were now legally locked behind a wall of fine print. The paralysis spread to the industry's biggest names. Blackstone, Apollo, and Ares all faced the same sudden evaporation of liquidity, leaving their combined $1.7 trillion in assets frozen. These wealth management products were marketed as highly stable and accessible, yet overnight, billions of dollars became impossible for the owners to reach. A massive sector of the shadow banking system has entered a systemic collapse. This is a textbook bank run playing out in slow motion across a $1.7 trillion market. After 2008, the government placed traditional banks under strict oversight. These new regulations meant banks could no longer easily lend to mid-sized, high-risk companies. Shadow banks like Blue Owl stepped into this regulatory gap, lending directly to high-risk corporate borrowers and bypassing traditional oversight. To fund these loans, wealth managers targeted retail investors, promising stable 8 to 10% yields and quarterly withdrawals. This entire market was built on a lie of omission. They took low-credit corporate debt from heavily leveraged businesses and dressed it up as a reliable retail-friendly savings product. In early 2026, a sudden wave of automation hit. Investors realized the companies they were indirectly lending to were about to be replaced by AI. Blue Owl's technology fund was particularly exposed. Over half of its capital was tied to legacy software firms that relied on massive teams of human coders and manual labor. As AI tools began writing code and managing IT tasks instantly, these mid-market legacy firms lost their competitive edge. Their business models were overtaken, and their revenues began to disappear. Without that revenue, these companies could no longer cover the high interest on their Blue Owl loans. A massive wave of corporate defaults became a mathematical certainty. Investors realized their stable, high-yield funds were backed by the debt of companies that AI had effectively sentenced to death. The dash for the exits was the only logical response. The panic hit a wall of liquidity mismatch, a structural flaw that makes it physically impossible to return cash when a crowd demands it at once. Public stocks can be sold for cash in seconds, but private credit consists of chained multi-year contracts without an open market. When investors demanded their money, fund managers couldn't sell the debt. The cash was locked inside illiquid contracts lasting for years. Blue Owl stopped withdrawals because the liquid cash required to pay everyone back simply did not exist. This created a severe liquidity mismatch. The funds held locked, multi-year private loans, while investors demanded immediate cash. They had utilized the illusion of liquidity to lure in retail cash, falsely promising easy quarterly redemptions. It was a dangerous Ponzi arbitrage that instantly collapsed the moment the first wave of investors tried to cash out. To raise whatever cash they could, Blue Owl was forced to start a fire sale. They dumped $1.4 billion of their highest quality assets onto the market at steep discounts just to meet the minimum withdrawal requests. When billions in credit assets are dumped at a discount, the market price for all credit drops. This caused the asset values of every other financial institution in the sector to shrink simultaneously. This map shows the resulting contagion. As their balance sheets weakened, traditional banks panicked and tightened their lending standards, effectively choking the money supply for the rest of the world. Healthy businesses that had nothing to do with AI or software suddenly found their credit lines cut. Without the ability to borrow, real-world companies began to collapse under the weight of a crisis they didn't create. Private credit has become a financial pathogen. A panic in a single sector of the tech market managed to starve the global economy of the cash it needs to function. The private credit boom was a dangerous arbitrage. It used the illusion of liquidity to lure in retail cash, then locked that money into high-risk debt that could never be easily sold. Institutional players had the legal protections to step aside when the AI wave hit. Retail investors were the ones left behind, locked inside a failing investment while the exit doors were bolted shut. In the world of high finance wealth management, there are no miracles. If you are sold a product with high returns and no visible risk, you are not the customer. You are the collateral.